Now we come to the first major stinker of the Halloween franchise. Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Michael lives, and this time they're ready. No, they're not. One of the worst masks in the whole fucking series. This came out in 1989. It was released theatrically less than a year after Halloween 4. Like, Halloween 4 was being released on home video by the time this hit the theaters. Why? Because Halloween 4 was such a huge box office hit, which it would have been anyway, because 3 was unrelated. They wanted to try something different. Fans hated it, spat on Mirimax, so Mirimax was like, okay, we'll give him Michael Myers back. Saw how big of a hit it was, and instead of just being like, there you go, fans, there it is, and having what could have been a decent, haunting, and ambiguous ending, not as good as the original Halloween, but still there. No, they got cocky and wanted to do another one. And I've been wanting to review this film for a while because there's a lot wrong with this fucking movie. Right off the bat, of course, we get scenes of how the last one ended. Jamie killing her stepmother, wearing her costume that Michael wore in the beginning of the first film. Loomis screaming no, her holding the bloody knife. So we're supposed to believe either she's going to be the new killer in general, or maybe Michael's going to kill, like, through her almost. And, you know, a lot of the ways it could have went were interesting when you thought about them. But what did they do? They fucked it all up. Because now is a year later. Well, first we see when Michael fell down the mineshaft or whatever it was, the stream took him away. So yeah, we get this goofy shot of Michael Myers floating down like this stream. He ends up near this hermit's shack. Doesn't kill him, he just like faints. And then we get to 1 year later, and I guess we're supposed to believe Michael didn't kill this guy for a whole year. Or this guy didn't realize, you know, I understand he's a hermit, but I'm pretty sure he would have known about a masked murderer escaping. A year later, Jamie's in like a psychiatric hospital for children, and she's mute. Why she's mute? No idea. She has this telepathic connection with Michael, so you get stupid scenes like when Michael is ready to leave the hermit shack, he walks over, grabs his mask. So we see him through like reflection in the mirror putting it on, where it shows Jamie holding nothing and just like, you know, because she does the same thing he does, and whenever he kills, she has a spaz attack. Not only does it not make sense and add more supernatural shit that it doesn't need. It was written by Michael Jacobs. Oh, that's why. It was co-written by the director, who is a hack-ass director. Dominique Othennin-Girard. If you go watch, like, Halloween 25 Years of Terror and it gets to this part, you can tell that guy doesn't have a lot going on. And what's really shitty is the makeups department was done by Greg Nicotero, which at that time might probably still K&B. So the guy or the team that brought you Day of the Dead, Evil Dead 2. I could have said Friday the 13th Part 7, but they cut all that shit out anyway. Those guys were hired to do this. And most of the time I saw this is when I was a kid and it was on cable, so they would have cut shit out anyway. But it's been years since I've watched this, like, without TV editing, and I don't remember any of the effects. None stick out to me. In fact, there was this one story on that documentary that Greg Nicotero shared. Nicotero told him, is that, they were trying to set up a certain gag or a certain effect. And he said, the best way, like, for the lighting to, like, hit it so the gag can do its full effect is if you do this with the camera. And the asshole Othennin-Girard told him, he's like, oh, what do you know? You're just the makeup guy. You answered your own fucking question. So this guy was just an asshole to everybody. Yeah, Nicotero might have not been a big name at that time, but he still knew what he was talking about. He's the effects guy. He would know what would make it work. And he's my favorite effects guy. Up there with Tom Savini. And have you noticed I've only talked about the beginning of the film? I haven't got to the rest of it. Because after all of that, we get introduced to one of the most annoying fucking characters we've ever had to put up with. At least in a slasher film. I would almost say horror film in general. I want to get this actress's name. I know, I sound all stuffy. I sound stupid. Nothing I can do about it. It has a 13 on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, it deserves it. Sad thing is, it's probably not the worst one. Cast. Wendy Kaplan as Tina. Which Tina is supposed to be this hyper, bubbly, spunky, as I think she calls it in some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Daniel Harris returns as Jamie. Ellie Cornell returns as Rachel. They go to see her in the hospital. And they want to present to her this Halloween costume that they got for her. And while Rachel's taking it out of the bag or whatever, Tina's walking around going like, ba-ba-da, 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 and just getting faster and louder with it. Every time she sees somebody or something, she's always like screaming and laughing and running towards them and trying to crack jokes. It's like, god damn, I don't even remember if she dies. I don't remember her at the end of the film. But Jesus fuck. Even as a kid, I hated that character. Yeah, they kill off Rachel in a way that it was a good kill, like the big metal, like scissors from like inside the French film or something you would have in like I don't know, metal big scissors right through her fucking there. Good kill, but when it's a character that really helped defeat Michael at the end of the last one to go out sort of a lousy way like this, it does kind of suck. And yeah, it's Michael going around killing people. Jamie, I understand she's like 6 or 7 years old, but she's like overacting the fuck out of it. And Loomis, Jesus Christ. Like, trying to think of how I can put this analogy. Okay, look at like Christopher Reeve's Superman, the symbol of hope, and then look at the emo, whiny, bitchy Superman from Zack Snyder's films. It's almost that drastic. Donald Pleasance as Loomis in the original film was a doctor who we get knows his shit, has seen some shit, and and he's even been called Ahab. He's Ahab. Michael Myers is the White Whale. I know his name's Moby Dick. But and he's trying to help people. In this, I mean, he's he's like grabbing Jamie and like yelling in her face and yelling at everyone else. Like, he's being a bit of a psycho about it. He's being a douche. And of course, this would be the last Halloween film where Loomis has like a prominent part. Because the next one, Halloween 6, he's not in very much because, you know, he was older. I think he was getting sick, and he couldn't have been in the film very, very long. And also, the edition that got released barely has Loomis in it anyway. You have to watch the producer's cut, which I don't have. And also, they put her... That's Jamie from Halloween 4. She's a princess in this one. And, like, the characters are just... Like I said in part my review for Halloween 4, they're faceless. They're just... They're annoying. They have no personality. You don't even remember their names because nothing about them is interesting or sticks out to you. You're just waiting for them to die. Like this one guy, I almost said Wendy. That's the actress's name. Tina's boyfriend, who's obsessed with his 68 or 69 Camaro. Very nice car. You know, he's always like cleaning it. Michael takes like this... It's like the handheld, like, gardening fork, scratches the paint, stabs it right into his face. This other couple get, like, he gets a pitchfork through the back while he's on top of her. I don't even remember what happens to her. And then there's a thing with the two cops in this. There's two cops that are supposed to be an homage to the two bubbling cops from Last House on the Left. A part that was often criticized in Last House on the Left. And now this guy, this French dude, thinks there needs to be... Of all the influential horror films and all the things within those films, you went to the bumbling cops from Last House on the Left for a Halloween movie. Honestly, the only good part of this film is towards the end. Even that's fucked up. She goes back to the Myers house, and he's chasing her around the house. Like, she's up in one room. She hides in the laundry chute. But when he tries to grab her, she falls. And you do get some cool shots. Like, when she falls, you see, like, the POV. So, like, Michael's getting smaller as you fall more. Then he goes down to the cellar, so she has to climb up the laundry chute. Eventually she gets to the attic, where there's a coffin. I don't know why, but she decides to hide in the open coffin. And just as he's about to stab her, she calls him Uncle. And then she's like, let me see. So he takes his mask off. But we don't see his face. We just see a little close-up of his eye, and there's a tear. Yeah. The character that John Carpenter wrote as the personification of pure evil, shed a tear because the niece that he's been trying to kill for the last two movies, 5 and 4, called him Uncle. Then he has a spaz attack, tears the attic apart. And of course, also in the attic, we see Rachel's dead body, her German Shepherd Max he killed because we know Michael likes to kill dogs. And also, what really shows you what kind of a writer and director this Othennin-Girard guy is, at a couple points in the film, we see this character, only from like the knees down, almost like a Friday the 13th film. He's called the Man in Black. Sort of looks like R.L. Stine from the opening to the Goosebumps show. All black, a cane, has like silver-tipped boots, like black Joker hat. He's called the Man in Black. So at the end, Michael's been captured. You get this pathetic shot. Him in his cell, just like sulking. There's like an explosion or something. Cops are over somewhere. There's this explosion. Jamie goes to see if Michael's still in his cell. And either there's a hole in the wall, like in the building, or it's open. I don't remember. And Michael's gone. So the man in black broke him out. And she's just like, no. Who is the man in black? Don't know. You don't find out in this film. Halloween 6 wasn't even planned when they wrote this. So they're throwing in a character without telling you who he is, what his motives are, his affiliation with Michael, why he's freeing him. They didn't even know it. They just threw that character in there because they thought it'd be a hook or something. They thought it'd be interesting. But no, they had no idea about his purpose. They didn't even know if they were going to get a Halloween 6. Granted, they did, like, 7 years later, and they address who the man in black is. I mean, is this the worst Halloween film? It's one of them. I mean, this one is just for poor writing and annoying characters. I would say H2, Rob Zombie's H2 is still pretty fucking bad. It's only a Halloween movie because he wears the mask a couple times. That's it. Curse of Michael Myers, I don't remember a damn thing from, so I'm gonna have to watch that again. But this, yeah. This is still a piece of shit. The writing, why would you have Michael Myers cry? Why would you tell the effects guy, who at this point had already done effects for Day of the Dead and Evil Dead 2, which are amazing, have the most annoying character? I understand it's a slasher film. You're going to kill everyone off anyway. But, you know, even in the earlier Friday the 13th films, for what little each character had to say and do, they still had personalities. They're just faceless. And if they do have personality, they're just fucking annoying, like Tina. You come up with these stupid, like, okay, well, we were going to make her a killer at the end of the last film, but in this, let's just backpedal. We'll make her mute. We'll make her telepathically connected with Michael, because that will make sense. And this has also been ranked as one of the worst masks in the series, and I completely agree. Because it's literally just a white face with a... Even like the neck sticks way out. It has like long hair. Yeah. I don't know what this Girard guy went on to direct. Let's check that out real quick. Just see what kind of note we can end this on. Dominique Othennin-Girard. Is that it? Mostly shows. Shows and anthologies. The only other one that he... Oh, and foreign films. Swiss films. He directed Omen 4. Or he co-directed The Omen 4, The Awakening. Which is the most pointless film in that series. But yeah, I don't like Halloween 5. I don't even care that I didn't go super in depth with it because I don't have to. And all the marketing, this time they're ready. No, they're not, because he still kills a bunch of people. The revenge of Michael Myers. How is this any more... First of all, what does he need revenge for? He's already technically been killed, like, 1, 2, 3 times. Yeah, I'll admit, he seems a little more pissed off in this one, but... Yeah, definitely one of the worst of the series. I used to like it as a kid. That's because 4 and 5 used to play on like AMC all the time in October. These were the first ones I saw. But then, holy fuck, when I saw the original two, I saw what kind of shit this was. But anyway, um, stay tuned for more Halloween reviews and classic horror, classic monster reviews. And if you have any requests for like 30s and 40s horror films that I might have in this, or especially ones from like the opening to Ernest Scared Stupid, which I should review that for Halloween, feel free. But yeah, Halloween 5 sucks.